¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás, Víctor?
¿Todo bien? ¿Cómo está?
Todo bien. Isaac. Ya despacio. No.
Me estaba diciendo que
No iba a salir.
Don't worry, we'll do a.
I don't know if it's
right by your microphone.
Oh, damn. I feel like I have so much coffee right now. Need more coffee. Everybody just came in like the last 5 minutes.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
In the process.
If anybody wants pataditos, Isa brought here. Isa.
Hey, put them on.
Put them in there?
Yeah, because the mic's right here. So I'm gonna be
Oh,
talking.
shoot.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we already went there.
I'll give you my card.
All right, guys. So thank you for coming today, guys. I'm excited about you guys being here. Super excited. For those of you on the Zoom as well, welcome. Today, guys, we're gonna be talking about, I call it goals, accountability, and sales producing activities. But it's really, it all boils down to kind of business planning and making sure that that we have a plan in place and we have goals in place that we're passionate about and that we have something measurable that we're working towards. Okay, so I wanted to kind of go over about that today. This is not a one-day training, guys. So today's gonna be the first part of it. We're gonna do another part next week. Probably Tuesday. I'll talk to you guys, see what works best for you guys, Tuesday or Wednesday. I know some of you guys were talking about getting into CISU today. We might get into CISU today. We might not. We'll see how it goes. But some of you guys have already kind of got an idea about CISU and are already kind of liking and seeing what it's about. It's great because you can keep track of your goals. You can keep track of the stuff you're doing and everything like that. But what's up? You looking for something?
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
You need a realtor?
No.
Oh man, about Aflac? I don't know. Anybody needs insurance?
No.
No, man. You can take my card there and call me later, man. But I don't know. So why don't you see the little sold on all the way on the right, the furthest to the right, the furthest to the right. Yeah, bro. So if you need anything, feel free to reach out. Okay.
Give you my card.
Yeah, man. Sure. All right.
Thank you, buddy.
All right.
You guys don't do that.
That's the first offline.
Who didn't lock the door, bro? Came in last, bro. Come on. So yeah, guys. So CISU is great for that, but we need to kind of take a step back before we jump into CISU, and we need to kind of take a step back and really figure out, okay, but what are going to be these activities that we're doing? What are the goals that we're working on? Okay. Let me ask you guys, I mean, anybody here, obviously it's that time of year towards the end already. We're already pretty much over with the Q4. So this is the time to sort of reflect on the goals for the past year, but also start planning and looking forward to the new year. Anybody had any goals this year that they set out to do and they accomplished?
Yeah.
It could be personal, it could be real estate. Anybody want to share? What's your, what would you?
So my goal was to hit 100K my first year.
Okay.
And
100K in commission.
in commissions and
Okay.
then close to $2 million. And I basically get both.
Okay, awesome. Wow. Congrats. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. And this whole training, by the way, is because of Joey. Because Joey was like complaining, like, bro, I hate this brokerman thing. I can't see my numbers and everything like that. So we're here today because of him. Anybody else?
Guys.
Anybody else? It could be personal. It could be anything. Mike?
What goals?
Yeah. What goals did you have this year? And or it could be a goal that you didn't accomplish. Maybe something that you didn't. It doesn't have to be something you did accomplish.
President's Club. I should have it by the end of the month.
Let's go. Congrats.
Thank you. That's a good goal. Anybody, President's Club is like how much you have to sell? Or
20 million.
20. Yeah. Anybody else? Nobody else wants to share?
I guess
Come on, bro.
I'll jump in. With being a new mom, I guess trying to find the balance in between parenting, being a wife, and also working. And I think that's pretty much, I'm still trying to figure it out, but we're kind of, on a good wavelength also in
Good.
mind.
So that's kind of like personal mixed with work and everything, how to balance it, how to manage everything, and it's tough. That's very, very challenging. And kind of what we're gonna go over today is sort of how to organize that and making sure that you have a plan in place. A lot of us, we're super busy. We have a lot of stuff going on. And I always like to say, guys, it's what happens is our day's not organized. Like you might be super busy. There's realtors, trust me, however many deals you think you're busy and you're closing, there's realtors that are closing more deals than you and are chilling, because their shit's organized. Their shit's, they have either the help they require or they have the systems in place or the protocols in place to keep everything in an organized manner. Okay. So, I want to make sure we sort of talk about that. I'm going to share with this template of a business plan with you guys. Hopefully I have enough here. No. Here you want it to. So, one of the things I wanted to do was like, hey, let's do a business plan, but where do you get started? How do you get the ball rolling on it? What should be on in your business plans? There's a lot of things. Got somebody in there?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things, guys. So I want you guys to use this as a little bit of a guide, okay? As a little bit of a roadmap. And you're gonna see we're gonna go through this. We're gonna go through this now. And you're gonna see it's not a perfect business plan. Business plans have to be perfect, but it has a good, solid structure and it kind of gives you like an idea of what you should be, how you should be structuring your goals. So I call it 2022 Master Business Plan. I had a more elaborate name for it, but I figured it out. Let me just tone it down. Let's just call it the Master Business Plan.
Oh, yeah. Real estate cowboy.
Yeah. So you guys saw that right from the start. So guys, on the first page, okay, and we're gonna go through each page and we're gonna go through what it consists of. Yeah, Victor is the real estate cowboy. You guys know me for some time. You guys know that it's like a joke I've always made because you have all these random, saying it for years. You have like the bearded realtor, the real estate giant, the real estate skateboarder, the real estate whatever. And I was like, oh, you know what? It'd be cool, the real estate cowboy. And I thought about a million marketing ideas. I never did it. I just thought it was more like a funny thing. But if I ever did do the real estate cowboy, it would be like I have in my head so many marketing ideas for that. Like it's not even funny. Like,
Don't worry, we got
like so many videos that you could do. So many, yeah, it would just be fun. But that's what I want you guys to start. By the way, guys, this is a template. Okay, so at the end of this, I'm going to give you another part of this where it's empty. Okay, but I wanted to kind of go over to you guys what your business plan should include. Okay. Number one, the mission statement, it could be one thing, it could be two things, okay? Your mission statement is like, why am I in this business? Okay, why am I doing real estate? What am I setting out to do? Okay? A little bit. So why am I setting out to do? So for example, here I put, I want to provide in-depth knowledge in buying and investing in the Miami and Fort Lauderdale market with an information and numbers approach, helping consumers make the best and most educated decision. Position myself and the real estate cowboy as a marketing powerhouse under the Element brand and leverage the tools available to me to create the best experience possible for my clients. Like, what's your mission, guys? That's where it needs to start. It doesn't have to be 4 things. It could be 1 thing. It could be 10 things. It could be, just a simple thing. What is that your brand, your name, okay? And it doesn't have to be the real estate something, okay? I'm just saying because some of us do have our own brands. Some of us do have like, I call myself this, like a Lion and Joy of Miami. We have the real estate giant. What else?
Llama.
llama loans. You know, some of us do that. Not everybody has to do that. It's okay. You don't have to have some sort of gimmick for your branding. It's okay. Like you just your name could be your brand. You know, like Lee Gonzalez. That's it. That's my brand. Okay, cool. But I want you to start there. You know, think of it like what is your brand? What is that you want people to see, and what's your mission? Okay. So I want to give you examples of that. Underneath that, guys, knowledge and the value that you want to be able to provide. What is the knowledge and value? Why are people using you to buy it? Okay, fine, you have a great mission, but what type of value are you providing? You know, why is it that? What makes you different, right? So I put here in-depth hyper-local market knowledge of the South Florida area, specifically Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and everything between that is located east of I-95. Again, just an example, you know? You could be totally different. You're like, I want to go from Homestead to the Palm Coast, you know? Or I want to just focus on, you know, Hialeah Gardens, Miramar, Pembroke Pines. Boom, that's my little corner of Florida that I want to focus on. You know, whatever it may be. Negotiation specialist, that's value that I bring, okay? Investment strategies, okay? I have knowledge in appreciation, opportunity zones, and cash flow properties, okay? I bring knowledge about tax write-off and tax deferments for properties. I have a strong vendors list for all real estate maintenance needs, which is always great to have, you know, because your clients, especially if you deal with a lot of investors, they're always asking like, hey, I need a plumber, I need an AC guy, I need this, I need that. Well, I got a strong vendor list. That's value, right? You're bringing value, you're adding value to the transaction and that client that you have. Lending programs, you're familiar with lending, okay? Creative lending, different programs that help sellers and buyers, okay? Grant programs. Different tools that buyers and sellers can leverage from my toolbox. So HomeBot, guys, if you guys don't have HomeBot, you guys all know you have access to HomeBot. If you don't, talk to Angelo. Cash flow calculator. That's another thing I have. If you guys don't, it's on the brokerman on the library. It's a little cash flow calculator where you put the numbers of the investment property and it tells you pretty much how much money you're getting from that. And market updates and trends. You know, these are, again, this is value and knowledge that you have, that you provide, that brings added value. Customer service and marketing expertise. Now, this is an example, guys. It could be, your stuff could be totally different, but more or less, I mean, that could be the value you bring. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
Yeah.
Guys, and the reason I'm doing this is not because, you know, hey, this is what you gotta do, go and do it. We're gonna actually work on this and we're gonna do it together and we're gonna make sure we establish this and we're all gonna know like what our mission is, what our goals are, what value are we bringing, okay? So just let you know. All right, let's go to the next page. Target customer profile, and this is just an example. Again, guys, this is a 13-page business plan. Just give you an example of things that you could have there. You know, sellers. You know, I want to work with sellers that are looking to downsize, they're looking to upsize, or they're looking to relocate. Buyers, you know, first-time home buyers, investors, people who want to flip homes, investors looking to take advantage of high prices. I put their agents as well because maybe you want to build a team. Maybe that's something you're interested in doing. If it's not, it's okay. You know, but agents who wish to align themselves with a professional, knowledge-based agent while enjoying the resources and support element. If you're looking to build a team or something like that, that might be, you know, something that, you know, that is part of your goals as well. Is potentially doing something like that. Target neighborhoods, you know, South Florida, and I put new construction. Again, giving you guys ideas, just giving you guys an example. So that my neighborhoods could be, you know what, I'm covering all of South Florida, but I also want to focus on new construction. So I want to learn every new construction neighborhood that's out there, and I want to be familiar with it, and I want to be able to be knowledgeable in that. And that's going to be my target, is trying to help people do new construction. That could be your niche, your target. All right. All right, guys. So let's get down to the numbers. So in the next page, we have income goals. We have income goals. Let me go. And this is very important, guys. So Let me make sure I got it. Oh, there's one small. Yep. All right, guys. So if everybody sees this, you got your income goal, okay? How much is your income? What do you want to, how much do you want to break? How do you want to bring home? Okay. What's the average price? What's your conversion rate of leads that you get? Your commission rate, element fee, 10%, your target gross commission income, your take home percentage, the volume needed, that's how much volume and sales you need to have, 5 million in this example. Okay, so in order to reach this goal in this particular example, this person would have to sell about 14 and a half homes. So you have to sell 1.2 homes a month. And it means they need 470 leads a year, 39 leads a month, 9 leads a week, and about a 1.25 lead per day. Okay, so you have to be able to figure out what it is that your goal doesn't have to be necessarily be. It could be a sales volume. You know, your goal doesn't necessarily have to be income based. You know, Joey's was income based. He wanted to make, what would you say, 100,000? Okay, but your goal wasn't income based. Your goal was, I wanted to reach 20 million in sales. So it depends. Your goal doesn't have to necessarily be that I want to make X amount of money. It could be that I want to make this amount of sales. But whatever it is, it's gotta motivate you. It's gotta appeal to you. It's gotta be a goal that you're looking for. If you're motivated by money, great. You're motivated by money. You want to make more money, and you want to. That's what you want. I'm sure Mike, likes money too, but he's more motivated by reaching that achievement of getting to the President's Club and being like, hey, I sold this amount. I was able to help this many $20 million worth of loans. That's what motivates you, right?
Mhm.
There you go.
And my first year as a loan officer, I did have an income goal. So yeah, it just depends on where you're at.
Just depends. It just depends. It could be income driven. It could be a number of sales. So some people, their goal is 12 sales. I want to do 12 deals. Okay. I want to do 12 deals, 10 deals, 20 deals, 30 houses, whatever it is. That could be your goal too. All right. Regardless of how you structure it though, there's a way to kind of map it out to see how many leads you need. So I want you guys to pay attention to that number there that says leads needed per year. It's towards the bottom. So in this example, 470 leads are necessary. Okay. And then go back to the third line, it says conversion rate, 4%. Okay, so that means out of all the leads you're getting, 4% turn into deals. And 4% is, if you can get there, 4% is a little high for new agents, but conversion, do you have a conversion rate? Do you keep track of that number?
Yeah. My conversion rate is from lead to application is about 45%, 50%.
No, but from lead to closing.
Lead to closing, it's probably much lower. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking at average of 40 leads a month, 7 closings. So what's that, about 20%, something, a little bit less than 20%.
Okay. But he works different. You gotta say people come to him because they want loans. We work based on
wish.
yeah. People just come to him, hey, I want a loan, and we send him business. We're working out there with the consumers. We're working out there with people that are cold, people that are just, looking around. So you have to at least, if you convert at a 4%, okay, which converting at a 4% is pretty average, I would say. If you're below 4%, you should never really be, the worst you should ever be is at a 2% conversion rate, okay? And you can be, high. Some agents, they have 7% conversion rate, 8% conversion rate. It's great. It's excellent. Okay. So if you convert 4% of your leads, that means you need to be getting 470 leads a year. Okay. If your goal is to make 112,000 or to sell 5 million in volume. Okay. So how are you going to get those 470 leads? What are the activities you're going to do? You could just call realtor.com or Zillow and be like, all right, well, how much money do I need to figure out so that I can get 470 leads a year? How much money is that gonna cost me? Okay, you start there, sure. Okay. But you need to get 470 leads. That means 470 people that are somewhat interested in real estate. Okay. That's 456 people that you talk to that won't do anything. You won't even close. That's the business, guys. It's talking to people. It's getting potential leads. I call them opportunities. So you need 470 potential opportunities to be able to close that much. Okay. And if you do I have any questions about that so far, guys? I put the commission rate 2.5 because we all know right now commissions are, we see a lot of 2% now recently. So 2%, 2.5, 3%. So I put it right in the middle, 2.5. All right. Your take home percentage is 2.25. So and you'll see this in CISO when we get there, that they measure it like that. They measure, well, if you get 3% commission because your brokerage gets 10%, you really don't get 3%. You get 2.75 or something like that. So, but that's how you have to measure that. So I want everybody here, guys, to really put some thought into what is that goal for you? What is that you want to accomplish? Okay, because when we're able to create the business plan and we're able to put it on CISO, we're gonna know, okay, how many of the activities that you're committed to do you need to do to reach that goal, okay, based on like industry standards. Any questions? Do I still have you guys? Good? Yeah? Pretty straightforward? All right. At the bottom, I put 2021 lead source. If you're a new agent, this won't apply to you. But if you are an older agent, if you're a veteran, you probably want to keep track of, where your leads are coming from, what sources. So I just put like a lot of Zillow, Realtor, and your SOI referrals. I put Noble, cold calling. I just put examples. But most people is, you probably have 2 or 3 certain referral sources or ways to generate leads. Okay. But so if you're new, don't worry about that. All right, guys. Next page. So now we have our income goals, or our volume goal, or how many houses we want to sell goal. So we have that figured out. We know how many leads we need. We know how many leads we more or less need to get to be able to convert a certain amount to be able to close. Okay, so in that, like I said, in that example, it's pretty simple. You need about 14 houses sales to close. So you need about 470 leads, and it goes from there. Our next is now how are we getting there? Okay, so we kind of have an idea. We know where our finish line is. We know where we want to get to. Now we got to worry about how to get there. All right. So I put 2022 marketing goals. All right. Position myself and my brand as a trusted, well-known professional in the targeted local neighborhood and social media, making my brand the first to come to mind for the buying/selling of real estate or any real estate investment needs. Okay, in this business plan, I put real estate and real estate investment a lot, but you might not necessarily see anything to do with investing or anything like that. Marketing efforts will be split between online and offline, with online marketing focused on building professional outlook, lifestyle, and TikTok presence, and offline marketing focused on networking events, door knocking, and working my sphere of influence. Organically increase followers to 10,000. Yeah, just an example. Yours could be completely different than that. Okay, but I want to get you to think. Okay, I want to get you to think and get your brain working. Like, okay, what can I do? What do I want to do? And it doesn't necessarily have to be. Again, I'm not about just doing what you feel comfortable with. Do what you feel you want to do, even if it does make you uncomfortable, and just dive into it and do it. Take the action. Okay. So then I have it broken down into, okay, so let's start with the online marketing. Social media platform: Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok. I put WhatsApp there because I get all these messages from like insurance people and realtors on TikTok, on WhatsApp, and all this stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's in your business plan. Not a fan of that, but whatever. People do it. Huh? They spam you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm assuming it works. Hopefully it does work. So your social media platform, okay, required materials, photo or video session at least twice a month. You know, I put there I need to find help because I need to figure out, okay, how am I gonna do these videos? How do I create maybe a TikTok video? You know, stuff like that. Research local market stats by zip code, tax strategy, content material, and opportunity zone, investment property costs, investment property cost segregation, etc. So again, in this business plan, I'm leaning more towards like investing. So I wanna be able to be knowledgeable about, you know, tax deferment and things like that when it comes to investors. Okay. Execution, summarize all the books I'm reading now, paid to boost the post. So in this, you know, I'm talking about like, hey, I'm reading all these books, you know, we're doing a post about it, and you know, we boost it. That's the thing too, guys, is on Instagram, on Facebook, and things like that. Well, I don't know if you go on Facebook, but on Instagram, you can boost your post. So every once in a while, you get a post and you're like, man, this is really cool. I'm getting a lot of engagement on that. Pay $20, $30, and you know, just boost it a little bit so it gets out to even more of your followers and potentially even more people to get you to get to follow you. So content type photos, short video, TikTok videos on real estate, investment, tax knowledge. And 3, I put TBD. I don't know, I can't think of another one. So I was like, all right, I'll figure it out. Again, your business plan doesn't have to be 100% perfect, okay? Because this is something that you're gonna do once, and you're gonna look at it constantly. We're gonna break it down into like every quarter. We're gonna study it and we're gonna look at it. All right. Any questions so far about that? All right. Now we talk about the offline. So what is my marketing looking like offline? So I put, you know, farming, door knocking. What's the frequency you're gonna do that? Okay. Networking. You know, I want to go to real estate conference. I want to go to a technology summit. I want to go to a NARP event. Anybody go to a NARP event last week? Was it free?
Was it free?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. None of these events are free.
You have to pay for a membership. Even was a
But
member.
it's so minimal, because you pay a membership.
Right,
and
sure.
It's like
each
$10.
Yeah,
event
it's
is so
$100.
little.
It was whatever. It was $50, $100.
But it's definitely
But-
worth it. It was my first event.
But my point is, guys, to go to these events where you're gonna gain knowledge, you're gonna be able to gain insight. Did you guys get something out of that event? Yeah, you felt like you got something out of it. To go to these things, you're gonna have to have a budget for it. By the way, we're gonna talk about budgeting. That's coming up in one of the next pages. But you know, you want to have a budget for that because these things go. Like next month, you're going to the
Next
what's it
level.
called? Next level event. That costs $500 for the ticket. Okay, but is that worth it for you? Did you get a lot out of it to grow your business?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So you're investing in and going to these events, and you're looking to get something out of it. Either you're looking to make connections, or you're looking to gain knowledge, or both. Gain knowledge and make connections. Okay. And not everybody has to do that. That could, again, this might not be at all part of your business plan. That's okay. Not everybody, you don't have to go to next level. How many people from your office are going?
So next level, I think it's just Angelo and I, and maybe like one other person.
That's it. Yeah. 15 loan officers in that office, only 3 are going. Not everybody is not part of everybody's plan.
But
Okay.
yeah, but you should take the time
You should.
to go to these things
100%.
because
Yeah.
Angelo and I are the top producers in the office for a reason, right? Because we're taking the time out to invest in ourselves and do these things. So when you're looking at NAREP, YPN, and all this stuff, you're not going to get a client from there, but you are going to gain knowledge, right? Connections. So when you submit an offer and you see a listing agent that you met at an NAREP event, it's a quick connection and it makes it easier for your client to get their offer accepted and things like that. So definitely recommend to expand on doing these things because
Very
it
well
does
said.
help.
Very well said. Yeah. Like so I'm saying it doesn't have to be, but do I encourage it? Do I recommend it? Yes. Pretty much everything that's on here, I encourage it a lot. Okay. But I'm saying yours doesn't have to be exactly the same exact way. But one thing that he mentioned is, you know, there's a reason why him and Angela are top producing in his office. Why? Because they're going out of their way. And have you been to that event before?
Yeah.
There you go. You're going back again. Because you're gonna try to learn more, gain more knowledge, and gain more value that you can add to your transactions and your clients. So networking, guys. Okay. Sphere of influence and past clients. Sphere of influence and your past clients, guys. Remember, the biggest, the best business we can get, and whatever happens with Zillow and Realtor and all these online lead generation guys, being able to get referral business, the best business you can get is the most secure business you can get. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're always cultivating those relationships with your sphere of influence and your past clients. So I put here, you know, social drinks 2 times a month. You know, you maybe go out with somebody from your sphere of influence. Hey, let's go have a drink. You know, let's go get a coffee. Let's go have dinner. Okay, Popeyes. Anybody here knows what Popeyes is? What's a Popeye? What's a Popeye? Anybody?
Is it when you swing by their house?
Yep. Popeye is when you swing in by their house or by their job. Just drop off a little gift. You're like, hey, I was in the area. I got you some like edible arrangements. You know, some pastelitos. Just want to say what's up. I just want to show you my appreciation. Thank you for referring me that client. We were able to close on their house. I was just in the area. I'm dropping something off. That's it. It'd be a little quick $20 gift. Okay. Look into Client Giant. Okay, so Client Giant, look it up. It's a little costly. It's not that expensive, really, in my opinion, for what it provides. But you got to be able to have the budget for it. So I recommend that for more like veteran agents who are doing more, you know, as your business gets better. But basically, it's gonna like consistently give gifts to your clients like forever, like little $20 gifts here, $15 gifts here, $20 gifts there. So looking into it, it'll even give gifts to your clients while you're in the transaction with them. Post at the closing, it's gonna send like boxes to them like a few days after the closing or something like that. It depends. You can customize it to obviously that client and what their needs are. So it's really cool. So, but guys, you guys need to do that, okay? Not just with your sphere of influence, past clients, and anybody who you feel could potentially refer you business. You guys should be hitting them up like, hey, let's go to lunch. You know, when I started in the business, I would do that a lot. I would do that very, very often. That worked very well for me. It's just meeting up with people, having coffee. Yeah, not everybody's gonna refer you a deal. Not everybody's gonna get you business, but if you get the right connection and you know you potentially get a really good referral source, you might get 2-3 deals from that person alone for the year. I mean, you know, you make 20% of your goal on that one person. Okay, but you have to take the time to, you know, you meet with these people, talk with them, have coffee, build relationships with them. Okay. Open houses, guys. Once you get your activities going and once you start getting listings and everything like that, you open houses and cold calling, 100 calls a day. I put that there as an example. Okay, so I'm doing 100 cold calls a day. How do I do cold calls? There's the Red X. That's the one I recommend the most. Okay, you use the Red X and make sure I swing that. Use the Red X, and you can get numbers from there, guys. So cold calling is a great way to get business. I'm always, all right, guys. Every time I go to listings and I talk to agents, and I always ask, like, hey, have you got this listing? I get cold calls all often. Okay, you have to just dive into it, do them. You know, and don't be. I know some people. I talked to somebody yesterday. Told me cold calling is my bread and butter. Like I'm like, oh, yeah. That's all he does. You do anything else? No, I don't do nothing else for real estate. I just do cold calling. You don't do like, why don't you do like Zillow or Realtor.com or you know spend money on this and that? It's like no, I just cold call. All right, cool. And then there's realtors that do all the other stuff, and then they do zero cold calling. But again, guys, we need to try to get to 470 leads to be able to close those 14 sales. You got to do activities that are going to get you in the door, that are going to create opportunities. All right. All right, guys, next page. So let's talk about a budget. And again, guys, I'm going to give you a blank one of these so you can also create your own budget. So this is just a sample. Okay, this is part of your business plan. What is my budget? What am I spending on my business? All right. So online lead generation, $12,000 a year, which $1,000 a month, which it's nothing. Some of you guys are spending a lot more than that. So if you look at how much you're spending, you're probably getting up there in $20,000, $30,000 a year, and just on the online lead generation. Educational events, designations, the conferences, $2,000 a year. Closing gifts, guys. You guys are gonna get a closing gift. That's, every time you can do a close out, $100, $110. So I put $110. So imagine you're doing 14 closings, it's 1,650. Social media content boost, $300 a year. Pop buys, okay, $1,800 a year. So total in those expenses, you got $16,750, right? Then at the bottom, I put Realtor Association, gotta pay that every year, $800 more or less. And I put the element fee, $50 a month, so that's another $600. So you're looking at total yearly expenses in your business, $18,000, $150. So you gotta be selling houses to be able to cover those expenses. I didn't even put, there's so many expenses probably to put here. Alcohol,
Yeah, right.
happy hours.
Oh, happy hour, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
It's not alcohol.
Gas, how much money are you guys spending on gas?
Too much.
Right?
Right, at this point, too much.
Right? Mike is sitting there like, gas, what's that? He just stays in the office all day. He lets us do all the running around. But there's other stuff, guys, but I'm just giving you an example, okay? I'm just giving you an example. You want to be able to know what those expenses are and budget. That doesn't mean, again, this is for a yearly amount, okay? So, and that's not that crazy, guys. Trust me, $18,000 a year, that's a quarter for some people, Yeah. I know some of you guys are spending $3,000, $4,000 a month alone on your leads and all that stuff. But you want to be able to have some sort of budget, okay? All right, guys. Next page. So every activity that you do, whatever the activity are that you decide, like, hey, this is what I have in mind. This is what I'm thinking that I want to try to do to get business. Okay. Whether it's online lead generation, whether it's cold calling, whether it's farming, you want to have the following. Okay. So in this case, we use farming as an example. You want to have your target. You want to know the planning aspect of it. What does it take? What do I got to do to plan this out? The frequency. Okay, the frequency is I'm gonna do this once a month. Am I gonna do this 3 times a week? How often am I doing this activity? Okay, the preparation, what do I need? What do I need? Well, if I'm gonna farm, I need flyers, I need business cards, I need information on this neighborhood, I need to know the actives, I need to know the pending, I need to know about rentals, I need to know the average sales price or the average value of the homes. I need to prepare, I need to know this information. Okay. And then the action, the procedure or the action. Okay. So this is for if you're farming, but if you're doing door knocking farming. Okay. So not farming as in like if you're just sending mail outs, but this is if you're doing door knocking. So and I put here on the action, you could kind of have an idea of what it is that you want to do. So for example, you knock on a door, no one answers. Wait 20 seconds, they don't answer, drop off my flyer and leave. Or my door hanger, some of you guys do door hangers, whatever it is. Leave your door hanging there and you're out. If they do that, if someone does answer, use your door knocking scripts. If it's a renter, set an appointment to educate them about buying and or ask for referral. If it's a seller, if they're a homeowner, set an appointment for the listing presentation if they're looking to sell or ask for referral. Okay, get referral information, okay? If not, try to see if they can call the referral right there or say, is it okay if you give me their information and I reach out? Again, it's just an example of what you can do. And then on the next page, guys, at the top, follow-up. So the whole point of farming in an area and door knocking it is you want to be able to follow up with them, and have a plan in place to follow up. So this is going to be your follow-up strategy. Input all contacts into my database, send thank you cards for each conversation within 3 days. And you're going to put, hi, nice meeting you today. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you about my business. Look forward to serving you, whatever it is. Okay. Again, whatever activity you're doing, I just want you guys to kind of map it out that this is my procedure to do this activity. Okay, whether it's, again, whether it's cold calling, whether it's door knocking, whether it's, if sponsoring an event or going to, I'm gonna sponsor the farmers market. Okay, what do you gotta do to plan that? What's the preparation that goes into that? And what's the action? What are you doing? Somebody walks in, you're sponsoring the farmers market, somebody shows up to your table, what are you doing? What's the action? What's the plan? So that's all I'm telling you guys is organize it in this way so you have a breakdown of what the procedure is. Okay, it's almost like you're creating a system and you're making a system and putting it in place. You follow me? You guys got it? Yeah. So I put some stuff there about demographics. I mean, if you want to have demographics that you're targeting, demographics just to keep in mind, you can do that as well. When it comes to farming, this is very important, guys, the turnover rate. Anybody here familiar with what the turnover rate is? Huh? You guys should be. So I put that at the bottom there. I actually just kind of added there somewhere in the middle of nowhere because I figured since we'll be talking about farming. So a lot of people think about like, well, what area should I farm? Okay. And there's something called a turnover rate. So it says divide the number of homes in the area. So if you decide you pick an area, whether it's a specific gated community or or a specific, these 5 blocks that you're gonna cover, figure out how many homes are in that area, okay? And then divide it by the amount of homes sold. So if there are 400 homes and 50 has sold in the last 2 years, you have a 12.5 turnover rate. So the higher that percentages of turnover, the better the farm area is because there's more activity. There's just more homes being sold. So that's how you want to look at that, okay? And 12.5 is it's high. Usually, like you see a lot of like 8%, 9%, 7%, but that's how you want to determine that. So again, at the bottom, just to reiterate, 400 homes, 55 have sold in the last year. You want to really go back at least 12 months. That means you have a 13.8 turnover rate. The higher your turnover rate, the better. Okay, so that's how if you're looking like to decide, well, where should I farm? Where should I send out letters to? Where should I send out flyers? That's one way to determine an area turnover rate and where there's activity. Okay, how many homes are there? Okay, and the way you do that, guys, is you can figure that out through IMAP. Okay, so if you're a little lost on how to do that, just let me know. We can always sit down and I'll teach you how to do it. How to figure out how many homes are within a specific area. But we do that on IMAP. Yeah. Or Rebo Gateway. Either one of those two. Man, I had something to add to that. I lost it. No, that's fine. So any questions about the turnover rate or anything about that? No? And then, that's what I was going to add to that. And then you might not necessarily be looking to farm a specific area. Remember, guys, there's a lot of things I'm not mentioning in the business plan. What if you want to target probates? What if you want to target divorced couples? What if you want to target, people who are, going through the foreclosure process that might need to short sell their home? I'm not talking about any of that. So again, I want you guys to think and sit down and be able to, think about like, what do you want to target? What do you want to reach out to? Okay. So those are a bunch of other avenues that we're not even reaching out to, that we're not even mentioning in this plan. All right. Again, guys, another example down at the next page. Another example, but now I'm talking about my sphere of influence. So what's my target? My sphere of influence, the people I know, the people who are likely to refer me business. Okay, the people who I'm influential with, or that they like me, they know me, they're very likely to refer me business. Again, what's your planning? How are you going to target that? What's the frequency? What do you have to do to prepare? What's the procedure or the action? And you want to have sort of the same structure for all your activities. Doesn't have to be exactly in that way, but you want to be able to sort of have, what's my protocol? What's my standard procedure? And depending on the lead type, or depending on, what is my plan to target my sphere of influence, or whatever it may be, you know? Any questions? All right. Next page. This is an example of, you know, what a weekly outlook should look for you. And this for all of us, man, this is gonna be completely different. This is gonna be more detailed, less detailed for some of us. But it just kind of gives you an idea of like, hey, this is what I want to do. Like, you know, Sundays, I'm doing showings and I'm following up. Mondays is when I plan my week, create marketing materials, pre-schedule all my social media postings, and I do my market research. I research stats, I look at the news, I see what's going on with the economy, how are rates, are the rates up, are the rates down? These are all things you want to be in the know about, because these are the things that, again, we're trying to get to 470 opportunities. That means we got to have a lot of talks, a lot of conversations. We want to be knowledgeable, okay? Tuesdays, I practice scripts, I do my cold calls, and I create marketing materials. Wednesdays, I do the lead pump calls. You know, Thursday, I do Thursday through Saturday, pretty much Thursday through Sunday, I just do showings and following up calls. Follow up is pretty much making calls, trying to get a hold of people, see where people are at in your pipeline. Okay, any questions? So you notice on Monday and Tuesday, this person really doesn't do any showings or Wednesdays in that plan. And again, it's just at least to have a structure. Just at least to have a structure in place. All right. Weekly outlook online on the next page. Just kind of gives you an idea of like, hey, like, what do I want to post? And this could change, you know, these are just to give you an idea. You might have a weekly, you know, this could change every week, but you might be like, hey, this is what I want to post online. Doesn't mean that's the only thing you got to post. But on my social media, you know, I want to put like on Sunday, I want to put like a personal family post. Monday, market update. Tuesday, property for sale post. You know, Wednesday, I'm going to do my weekly video. I don't know, think of a weekly video that you could always do, and you do it every Wednesday. Thursday, I put foodie post. So I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to go to a nice place. I usually go to happy hours on Thursday. So I'm going to take a nice little pictures of my drink, my food, whatever it is. Friday, I go to the gym, or I do, you know, I work out every Friday with my friends in the morning. So I'm going to post about my workouts, you know, whatever. Just have an idea of what you want to work. And notice it doesn't all have to be real estate, guys. I put a lot of personal stuff in there, whatever it is, but, you know, have an idea. When it comes to social media, guys, the best thing you can do is pre-plan what you're going to post. Sit down, spend an hour pre-planning what you're going to post. And then now it's all set. So you don't have to think about it every day. And then fill in the gaps. As things come up, you know, you do extra posts, you know. Doesn't mean that's the only thing you post. You know, you post your regular day-to-day, whatever's happening on that day. But at least you have certain posts already planned out, scheduled. You don't have to think about those. All right. All right. And then last, I put 2022, my education goals. So my education goals is, what do I want to learn or improve my skills on? Okay, what do I want to learn? What do I want to improve? What's in my skill set? Where am I weak? Where do I need to improve? So I just put a lot of examples there. You know, I want to take the following classes at NAR designation. I want to obtain my luxury designation. I want to obtain my negotiation specialist designation. I want to obtain my EPRO. I want to attend the Tom Ferry Summer Success Summit. I don't know that's what it's called, but something like that. I want to learn about tax strategies. I want to be more proficient in Excel. You know, I just put like random stuff. I want to take a marketing course. You know, think about what do you want to learn? Okay, and then figure out where can I get that knowledge? Okay, whether it's at the association, whether it's here, whether it's at a Tom Ferry event, whatever it is. Okay, YouTube, Google, you know, masterclass. Use that masterclass, though, right? What? Don't you use the masterclass? Masterclass? No. But whatever it is, guys, figure out like, what are my education goals? What do I want to learn? What do I want to obtain? Okay. And it's all doable. You got your luxury designation, right? Yeah. So was that a goal that you set out to do?
Yes.
Or you just kind of did it on the spot, or?
Well, it was a goal, because once you get your luxury designation and you get like a higher designation depending on what you sell within a certain amount of time, so it was like a goal.
Okay.
Basically.
And what did you have to do to get the luxury designation?
I had to sell 3 homes depending each, if it was Broward County, it was a certain amount, if it was Dade County, it was another, so.
So just sell 3 houses by a certain
a
price
certain
point.
price, within a certain time frame.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's like a course, and you probably have to
Yeah,
take
you have to
class.
take a course.
Yeah, I do usually like a class. It's usually like 1 day, or sometimes it's more than one. But you take the time and you do it, and then now you let everybody know, like, hey, I'm a luxury specialist, and which I think I don't know if you market yourself as much as that. You should add that to like everything.
I don't know myself, but I'm really hard.
You should something. I think everybody. I think if there's one thing everybody should at least get, guys, and if there's one thing in your education goals that you should try to get is at least the negotiation specialist designation. The ePro one is pretty cool too. It's about technology. Like basically they'll teach you a bunch of stuff about tech tools and things like that. The residential specialist, that one's cool too. But I feel like the negotiation specialist one is very strong. I want you to put up like, hey man, like I have greater knowledge about negotiations than pretty much, because majority of realtors don't have that. And that designation, I think it's 1 or 2 days, and you take a class. There's no requirements to it. There's no I have to sell X amount to get it. You just take the course. You pay I think $200-300, and then you get the designation. So it's really cool. And then join networking groups. Like I put that as under education because that's usually what you get out of those groups. If you do join networking, it doesn't have to be real estate related networking, guys. It could be any type of networking. But joining networking groups and participating is a great way to learn more stuff, meet more people, have more potential opportunities. Okay. Any questions? No questions.
I think this was great to set the foundation to get into season, right? That's how we pronounce it.
Sisu.
Season.
Sisu. Yeah, I've done a shishu.
Are there any like network-
I don't know what you said.
That shit.
Yeah, I don't know what you said. What is?
All right, guys.
sisu?
So, how much time we got?
It's 12.
Does anybody have like
Yeah,
networking event, like groups that they recommend? No. Sorry, did that one? Anyone?
They're really having the numbers.
Yeah, the
Orientation.
But does anyone have like any that they recommend? I don't know.
Not much. We were going to the real deal one yesterday or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just a conference that they have every once a year.
That's what we're gonna do.
But NARP is pretty good. That's like the most. There's not a whole lot of networking events for realtors to go to.
YPN is good.
YPN, yeah.
Okay.
YPN is good too. That's it.
So pretty much.
Other networking, other stuff out there is like if you get into commercial real estate, they have their own little things like that. I know investors have their own little groups like that too. But as far as like real estate related, like that's about it. That's about it that comes to mind. All right, guys. So now, let me see.
That's what.
So is everybody thinking more or less about what their plan could look like? Is your brain working towards that? Are you thinking about like what are the ideas? What can you accomplish? What are the activities I can do and everything like that? Okay, good. So I'm gonna try to see if I actually can you share?